This is Sebastian Orellana, a trader who was able to escape his 9 to 5 and become a full-time crypto trader, hitting multiple 5 and 6 figure trades. Today I'll be interviewing him to learn more about his story and trading strategy. Okay, welcome back to episode 14 of Vibe Trading. Today I've got Sebastian on, also known as Papi Pablo in the trenches. You've probably seen him on some of your charts. I'll let him give a bit of an intro about himself.
What's good, boys? Like you said, name's Sebastian. Maybe you see me on your charts. Hopefully not selling on you. Try not to sell. Try not to use anyone from EO or anything like that. But yeah, man. Excited to be here. Shout out to Nico for having me on. And it's gonna be good. We're gonna drop some sauce, drop some insider knowledge, and yeah, maybe call some KOLs out. Who knows?
Yeah, we might have to start some beef. I think right now tensions are pretty high in this current economy of the trenches. Yeah, so obviously I see you
on
tough
out here right now.
Yeah, bro, it's tough out here. I've been seeing you obviously on the timeline for a minute. You've been dropping some pretty big P&Ls and sharing some pretty valid takes on the market. But maybe just for the guys who don't know, what are you mainly kind of doing in trading, and how did you get into this space?
Cool. So I started trading as soon as I as soon as I finished high school. So I was about 17, just about to turn 18, which is about 3 years, about 3 or 4 years ago now. And I got into day trading from TGR. I was like watching his second ever video. He had 2K subs and the video had like a couple hundred views. And I just started researching about day trading, found his channel, got really into day trading, and went down that route for like a year and a half. Didn't see success just because, if any of you guys day trade, that shit is hard. You're not going to become profitable within the first year, 2 years. Probably going to take you 3 to 4 if you even stick it through. So then towards the end of the second year, I started to actually like get some profitability. Like I had like a 5K month and a 6K month towards the end of 2024. And then that's when meme coins started blowing up. TGR started linking with Orangey, and they did an interview. And I watched that TGR video, saw Orangey, Fortnite kid, talking about, yeah, bro, I'm making 40K a day. And I was like, yo, 40K a day while I'm sitting here working a couple jobs and being broke, I was like, fuck no, I'm gonna see what this is about. And plus, I already came from a background of trading. Like I understood markets. I was in crypto, sort of like not like heavy into crypto, but I would leverage long or like understand like blockchains and whatnot. It's the new age of finance. And then I got deep into the trenches, probably like the very end of December, come January. Lost a bunch of money, got liquidated in all my longs in crypto as well. There was like a flash crash, and I probably lost like 10 grand USD in between when I first learned about the trenches and I started making money. Started making money like halfway through Jan, and it's just been up ever since. So right now, currently, I'm still trenching, pretty on and off. Like I don't actually, you guys know how the trenches are nowadays. You see my wallet when it's active, pretty rare. Mostly doing futures trading right now, and also working on some other businesses. But yeah, making moves.
So is it fair to say that Orangey is actually the one who onboarded you into the space and like trenches and stuff?
Yeah, 100%, man. RNG, like huge shout out RNG. He already knows. Like I talked to him, tell him how valuable it was. RNG and TGR, because TGR did an interview with RNG. It was like a Zoom call, similar, same thing as this. And I just saw RNG talking about how crazy the money was, and even TGR back then was like 40K a day, like consistently 7 days a week is like crazy money to someone like him. So obviously to me, I was like, shit, that sounded insane. I thought it was a cap at first, but I don't really have that mentality where I think everything's a scam. Like I understand there's money to be made in everything. You can sell pens, you can make money if you're good at it. So I went on Orange's channel, watched all his videos, I joined Potion, paid like $150 a month, and yeah, just got hella deep into it.
I think it's kind of good timing as well, since he tweeted yesterday he's coming out to Australia to link up with Papi Pablo in person, bro. How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because
Full circle, bro.
to go from someone that I was, yeah, full circle moment, like dead ass, because to go from someone you watch on the screen, learning from, tracking his wallet, being part of his group, then like I was slowly getting better and better. Was like one of the best traders on Potion at the time, with a couple other boys. Then I had my own separate server, and then he slowly noticed me, reached out to me. We've been like decent friends for quite a minute, just like casually talking back and forth. And then I think it was yesterday in the morning. I woke up and he sent me a voice memo. He was like, "Yo," he did like a little Aussie accent. Should I play the thing? He's like, "Hey mate, I'm coming to Australia. Let me know when. Let me know where you are.
Bro, I gotta
You
hear
guys can all
this.
listen to." Bro, you're gonna hear his accent. Wait.
I'm going to, hey mate, I'm going to Australia this month to go see you and film the video. What days are you free? After the
But listen to his "Hey mate," bro. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera,
Yeah, I can
but
hear it.
16th of April. Hey mate,
hey
I'm going to
mate.
Australia this month to go see you and film the video. What days are you free? After the 16th.
But yeah, so that should be
Incredible.
pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Like linking up with him, take him out, show him Australia. There's not that much to do in Perth, but it is a beautiful city, and yeah, I'll try and do something interesting for the video. Drop some source for you guys as well, and yeah.
You made some pretty high quality, like just life edit videos as well, that I saw. I know you did some a while back. I'm sure you're getting back into it now. What's your kind of plan for the content side of things, and what do you think the role of like having an audience in this space kind of looks like nowadays?
It's a really good question, honestly. Content for me, I love making content because online money content is still the only thing I really watch. Like, even though it might not be how to make money, it's still people that have made money online and doing vlogs or like in the crypto trader space, anything like that. So I love making content because that's personally what made me successful. Watching people like TGR, RNG. I still do watch a lot of Iman, Ghazi, like Andrew Tate. I know people call it cringe, but at the end of the day, that's what I used to watch when I was like 17 years old, and I was like, didn't really know where I wanted to go in life. And, you know, if they were, if they were able to set the example for me, I can kind of set that example for other people that are younger as well and inspire them, because content literally inspired me to live my dream life that I live right now. So I definitely want to focus more on content. As you know, it's a huge commitment. Like, people think making content is just like fun, but it's fun. However, it's a very big commitment. You need to be on a schedule. You need some sort of team. Editing is no like bullshit. It's pretty time consuming. So yeah, I definitely do need to like just focus up, stop making excuses, and do more. I'll probably focus on lifestyle and like day trading content sort of thing.
And
Or
maybe
it doesn't even matter. I'll just make content around myself, have a personal brand, whatever I'm doing at the moment.
and what are your kind of current thoughts around specifically in the trenches with people streaming their live trading, and how that kind of like affects the guys who are watching and trading based off of that. There's obviously been a
Ethan
lot of stuff
Prosper.
about it. Yeah, a little Ethan Prosper dig right now, but yeah.
Yeah, like, um, I made a tweet the other day and I said, first things first, I don't support that trading style. I personally think it goes against my morals and I don't think it's good for the space. However, I'm not the type of person to go and shit on someone. So, like, regardless, unless you're like actually intentionally hurting people, I'm never really gonna come shit on a young kid that's my age or younger, old, I don't know how old he is, but making money, because who am I to come at him? Another person who's done well, who's successful, maybe done it in a little bit of different way that I disagree with. But at the end of the day, he's not dealing drugs in the street. He's not pimping hoes and pimping hoes on the block type of shit. So yeah, like, do I think it's bad for the space? 100%. That's why personally, I streamed like 2 times early in my career, and I remember like sitting there on stream and like wanting to sell a coin feeling so bad that the people in my chat like just got sold on. And if any of you guys have ever traded with me, like in my Discord or in groups, you'll know that I wouldn't try my best not to sell on you. Like that's just not how I like making money. If I make 30 sol on a 30k topper, I'll genuinely feel bad and I'll refund people. But that's just me. So sometimes you gotta judge people by their morals instead of yours, you know. So I see why Ethan Prosper gets a lot of hate, but that tweet I kind of came out and supported him because it's easy to shit on someone when they're down, but at the end of the day, he's getting more attention. All publicity is good publicity to someone like him. So, I mean, his stream's gonna have more views now, you know. So, I see there's a method to his madness, and game's game. At the end of the day, there are no rules in the trenches. For someone like me, I'm gonna make my own rules and play by my own morals. But for someone like Ethan, who that is morally fine with him, I mean, like shit, you know, there's no rules. So, how can I really hate too much? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to let a guy make some money. I mean, he's also doing it all fully doxed, which I think is pretty interesting. And, you know, although
Very
obviously,
interesting.
although I personally as well do not really use that kind of like trade style, and yeah, I think it feels a little bit wrong at times. You know, that kind of is where the trenches have ended up right now. Like over time, they've gotten, you know, more and more PvP, and the games are being played at basically like a smaller and faster pace by more active and experienced participants, right? Do you think
For
that
sure.
we're gonna ever be able to, or at least how's it gonna look for us to start to like dig out of this kind of point where we've basically just been like drilling these coins lower and lower, and they've just been getting more and more PvP?
Yeah, I'm being real. The trenches are cooked, and I've been like, I don't know if you guys how much tweets you see from me. I've been a big bear on trenches since mid last year because any new market, any new online money opportunity is always going to depreciate over time. Think about it. You could dropship in 2016, be a shit marketer, shit products, but because you're the first person or one of the first 100,000 people to understand the dropshipping business model, you got rich. I know people that were stupid and got rich. Same thing with like early crypto days. You could have bought some Sol last bull run at $3 and rode it to $250, $300, right? So, and there's heaps of online money opportunities that could keep going, like SMA, you know, like I said, drop shipping. There's thousands, copywriting, AI, software, blah blah blah, right? And the newest one was trenches. But with trenches, people are making crazy money, like you know, like these online money things haven't seen before. So it's kind of easy to understand that it's going to go quicker because it's bigger. There's more money, there's more extraction, and it's just more of a scamming sort of game. Do I think meme coins will ever die? No. Do I think the trenches will die? Yes. The idea of sitting here on MemeScope, on Axiom, and sniping new pairs all day, you know, one thing that I think I was talking about it with like some friends the other day, the marginal buyer is gone. What I mean by that is the only way to make money is either be an Ethan Prosper, be a Scented, be a Clux, and be goated at first TXing, or be the complete opposite and buy established coins that have narratives, that have a good community, that have cabals in supply control, and try and hit those sort of coins, right? The marginal buyer of like 20 to 100k, they're slowly and slowly getting flushed out, just like in the NBA. In the NBA nowadays, there's two ways to score. You get to the bucket and you have like a crazy layup package, or you shoot threes. The game of shooting mid range jumpers like DeMar DeRozan back in the day, no one's shooting mid range jumpers nowadays because it's just the shot isn't worth it. And same with the scope, the shot of buying from like 20 to 100, 150k, it's not worth it. You might as well wait a couple days for that coin to get established, or you get a first T hex and rape it for 20 sol at 10k.
Yeah, very
And that's a
honestly
horrible
great
place for the
analogy.
space to be.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but very well put. And so I guess as a result of that, you know, how is your trading looking right now? And even if you're kind of taking things more slow, is there anything you're doing to like sharpen your your tools a little bit outside if the market's a bit more quiet? You know, are you focusing on any other things that you think will help, or other opportunities, or just, you know, maybe just having some more time off?
I tried to have some time off. I got bored instantly. So I'm actually working on a new business. It's to do with prediction markets. I'm not the type of person to. I know a lot of people on Twitter saying prediction markets are the new trenches. They're not. It's completely different. It's like comparing apples to oranges. I think that's stupid. However, prediction markets are the new corner of online money, right? It's no secret. Polymarket just this week they turned on fees and they already are a top four protocol. First is Tether, second is Circle, third is Hyperliquid, and fourth is Polymarket. After only 1 week of fees, so I mean they're competing with the big boys. And the thing is, Polymarket's company valuation is something like $10 to $13 billion. It's a crazy booming industry for something that's only been around for the last 3 to 5 years and is still heavily regulated and illegal in the US, in Australia, in UK. You can't use Polymarket without a VPN, right? So the idea that they're making all this money uh, at this stage of their career is insane to me. And I want to be positioned to also make money in the prediction markets. Now you're probably thinking, oh, you're going to be a trader. No, I'm a trader in the charts, in markets. That's my edge. Prediction markets, man, like I don't really have an edge there, and I understand that. So I want to facilitate, and I don't know how much I can say, but I'm building a platform that runs on top of prediction markets, which is going to make the trading experience for the average prediction market user a whole lot more enjoyable, a whole lot more sociable, whole lot more competitive, and easier to find the markets that you want to trade, right? So that's what I've been working on recently. It's called Forecaster. If you go into my bio and X, it's in my bio. Nothing's out yet, still very early. Team is cooking. We're working on a beta release. We're talking with people from Polymarket's team. And yeah, we got big things coming with that. And also, I've been trading heaps of futures, been trading heaps of oil, heaps of gold, heaps of NASDAQ and ES. That's not my bread and butter anyway. I trade NASDAQ and ES every night, NQ. And then trading a bit of crypto. We've just been consolidating for about the past month or two, so nothing too crazy then. And staying sharp in the trenches. The main thing is developing a better edge with size plays. So that's something I've been pretty proud of myself because I hit punch for a lot of money. I hit a couple other, yeah, I can't remember all the names of them, but I hit a couple other coins that were like high market cap plays for, pretty good money, a couple hundred SOL each. And that's been really able to make my trading experience enjoyable again because I don't want to sit here and farm 30K toppers. I'm sure you don't want to either. I want to buy a coin, hold it, and make a good amount of money with everyone else. I want to see my people in my Discord win. I want to see people in my groups win. I don't want to just sit here and just farm. Personally, that's just not enjoyable to me. New pairs, I still trade new pairs. You'll still see me buying new pairs every now and then, but I don't know. It's kind of slop at the moment.
And the futures trades you're taking, things like commodities, gold, oil, are you doing that on Hyperliquid, or are you trading them as like actual futures on a traditional venue?
It's hard. I prefer to trade them on like actual brokerages, but obviously you need to withdraw the money and then put them into a brokerage, and then it's like to get it out of the brokerage, it's techie. So I am using like Hyperliquid, Bybit, BingX at the moment, and you can trade between those three exchanges. You can pretty much trade any market you want. And then I have some funded accounts, some prop firm accounts, because I scalp like and NASDAQ, NQ, and ES for like every night pretty much.
What have been some of out of interest, some of your best like futures, or let's call it like big cap, like perp trades?
On perps, so my biggest one was obviously my Soul Short. Ended up pocketing just over 700K. So that was a crazy trade. I recently had a really good trade on oil. I shorted pretty much the Pico top after the huge run up initially when the war started, and I made just touched 6 figures ish on that trade. And then I also shorted it, so it was pretty good. And then I was short again recently, but Trump stopped me out with his speech, so I took a loss there. And then I haven't hit too many crazy plays yet. Most of my plays, I hit that crazy soul short. At the time that I hit this soul short, I was also short ETH and BTC. So combined with those three shorts, that was probably my biggest thing. And yeah, I'm not that consistent with these big size plays, but when there's opportunity, I'll slam the house on, you know?
And are you looking at like macro? Are you paying attention closely to macro like news kind of stuff, or are you trading much more just based on like the chart and your like general feeling of things being like topped or bottomed?
Nah, macro, hella macro. I'm definitely like a numbers person. Because I had 2 years where I was just doing day trading, like crypto sort of things, a little bit of crypto, but I learned how macroeconomics worked. I learned how to read companies' balance sheets. I understood what moves the market. I understood the algorithms, how Wall Street works, and then all that happens in the major financial markets and kind of happens at a faster pace in crypto. And because it's happening at a faster pace and because it's all in the blockchain, it's actually easier to see. There's more manipulation, which kind of arises more opportunity to make money as well. So yeah, there is a lot of fundamental analysis and macro analysis that goes into it. But don't get me wrong, sometimes um, I can make a huge trade off a tweet. You know, for example, the Trump Iran situation, I shorted oil uh, after a long year, just off the. I was kind of calling bullshit on the fact that people are gonna buy oil at that price. Oil is a barrel of oil. How the fuck has it gone up from $60 to $112 in the space of a week and it gapped? It just didn't make sense to me. So yeah.
And on the like trenches Solana side as well, like what have been some of your like biggest both good and bad trades?
Biggest trade was actually recently Punch. I hit Punch for about 55K. Round trip the fuck ton on Punch. I was up close to six figures. Then my second biggest is I can check. I think it's Shortcoin. I don't know if that's like an OG coin. Do you remember Shortcoin?
No, I don't even remember shortcoin.
It was pretty much when Housecoin was going crazy,
Yeah,
like
of
Anson
course.
was shilling Housecoin. It was just like the opposite. Like the Big Short, Michael Burry was shorting the
Oh,
housing
okay,
market.
yeah.
Yeah, and
House
then I
coin was
hit six
crazy.
seven. I made a couple hundred sold on 6-7. I made a couple hundred on uh I don't know if you remember there was like some Japanese coins, not the most recent,
Mm.
but before there was some like Japanese coins, and then yeah, other than that, just scalping to be honest.
And what about on the losses side? Have you had any like nasty losses in the trenches, or were you able to be a bit
Yeah,
more
bro.
careful with your
Oh my
risk?
goodness. Now I'm pretty careful with my risk, but like because I'm so careful when I do have a big loss, it kind of cuts deep. Do you remember when Valentine was coming out?
Yeah. I had a friend who
Uh,
made a lot on
like
Valentine.
bro. So like I'm sitting and I'm waiting for the name to come out. Uh, like for the whole weekend. I think it's a Friday it drops. Elon tweets the name is going to be from the book that he was reading, Style of whatever it's called, and the name's Valentine. So I pretty much buy the first one with the correct ticker, and I slam like 100 Sol at like as soon as I can, right? And I'm fluctuating up heaps. I'm like up 200, down to like down 50, up 200, boom, boom, boom. Because you know how those charts move when it's crazy like that, and then it just starts down teching, and I'm like so overstimulated because I don't usually blast 100 Sol into a coin pre-bond, and I'm just overstimulated as fuck. Little did I know, Lupier's gone, and like not Lupier, he was already in actually. There was a bunch of other traders that have gone and like bat signaled the OG. Somehow someone predicted his name. Bat signaled the OG. The OG ended up running to like 10 mil. My one shat to zero. I lost like 80 Sol in like 5 seconds. Which honestly, like if you look at everyone else, it's not a big loss.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
actually
probably
not too
like
bad.
nah, but the way I trade, I don't usually have a huge loss. I have pretty strict risk management. I'm more of a compounding trader. I don't take that big of risks, and I stop when I'm down. If I'm down like 30 Sol in the day, I might just get off to be honest because I don't trade well when I'm down. I trade well when I'm up. When I'm winning, I push hard. When I'm losing, I let it go.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes the best move is just to sit on your hands and not kind of like tilt it's kind of like playing video games. You know, like after you're losing a certain amount, sometimes it's best to just like take a break. But it's funny, like
Yeah, for sure.
talking about the risk stuff as well. I remember seeing an old tweet or even a recent one. I think you like quote tweeted it where you got like hacked back in the day for like 20K or something like that. Like you know, I guess so that
Yeah.
it's probably a good story to tell so that you know people can learn from it and not have it happen to themselves. Like you know, maybe give us a story like what happened and you know how you're gonna
Bro, everyone's
prevent
gonna
it
roast
happening.
me. Everyone's gonna roast me. I was such a bot, man. Like, keep in mind, I'm still like relatively new to having money. I'm like in the online space. I know crypto can be scammy, but like I don't know everything, right? So this guy's messaging me for like a month straight to teach him how to trade. Right? This is the classic scam. Anyway, he's messaging me, I'm not really replying. I don't have that many followers on Twitter. Maybe I have like 3 or 4K. And then I messaged one time and I'm just like, yo, bro, like, I know you, because he was saying, I'm going to pay you. I was like, I don't want your money. Like, I don't need your money. How much are you going to pay me? It's not going to be worth it for me anyway. But just watch these videos, get set up, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, all right, bet. Then like a week goes by. It's Friday night. And I just finished up like a crazy day. I think I made like 200 SOL that day, Friday night. It's probably like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. for me. And he messages me again. I'm feeling generous. So I'm like, he's like, yo, bro, I watched the videos. Can you please help me get set up? Like, what platform do I use? Because it was a bit more techy back then. There wasn't that much information. So I'm like, all right, bet, fuck it. You know what? I just made like 20 bands in a day. Um, it's a Friday night. I ain't going to do shit. Didn't feel like doing much. I was pretty tired. I'm like, fuck it, man. I'll give back. You know, I've made all this money. I'll give back. So I'm like, cool. I'll hop on a call with you. I'll set you up, and then from there, you should be able to go. I'll just teach you how to get your settings right, platforms, filters, all the stock standard shit. Maybe give you a quick strategy lesson, risk management. So I joined a Zoom room. First fucking mistake, like a little idiot. Didn't download any links, didn't click any links. I'm not that stupid, but I typed in his Zoom key, just the numbers to join the Zoom room. Little did I know, apparently every time Zoom has an update, a software update, there can be some way that they can change the Zoom room to have remote control of my PC. So what I figured out essentially, as soon as I joined his Zoom room, he or someone he was working with had remote control of my PC and was just waiting for me to open up my Phantom. And I forgot why exactly. Like I opened up maybe to like transfer some money between my wallets, so I could show him like on a fresh wallet. These are the settings, and then I don't know if I should tell the story because it's gonna get me flamed online. But pretty much, he's just like, "Oh, can you go get something for me, so I can know you're real? Like I want to be talking to a real person online." And I'm like, "Bro, we just sound fucking cool for 30 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna leave." And because we're pretty much done at this point. And he's like, no, 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 just like go get something unique for me, so I know this isn't like AI. I'm just thinking like, bro, this cunt's like a poor tweaker. I actually genuinely don't know what's going on. I'm just like, all right. I go to like grab a spoon that was like on the other side of my table, like over there. Go to grab the spoon, look away from my screen for like dead ass like 1 second, not even, maybe like 3 seconds. I come back, the call was ended, and there's like 20K missing from my wallet. So obviously what he's done is I opened my wallet when I transferred that thing. So it was open. He had remote control of my PC. Open, send, boom, confirm, done. Maybe took 1.5 seconds. And
Yeah,
I
bro,
just
gotta be so careful.
I low key knew because like it was starting to get a little bit sus. So once I saw they hung up and my Phantom was open, I was like, surely it's gonna be a glitch. Checked my phone, logged in, logged out. Um, and then obviously I went to Soul Scan, seeing that all the money had been transferred out, it was starting to get washed already. And I was just like, fuck, man, I'm an idiot. I'm genuinely an idiot. Like,
At least you would never made that
and yeah,
mistake again.
bro, fuck helping people now. Like, Loki, like he was offering to pay me and all this. I know that's part of his method, but like I was so nice. I was just like, you know what? I don't even want your money. I'll teach you. I'll help you out for free. And then obviously,
You ended
kindness
up
of
paying him.
weakness. That's hey man, he hit a lick on me. He hit a fat lick. And this same guy with the same method hit, like, I know a lot of my friends that got hit for the same Zoom method. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, of
He would
course.
have hit the trenches for like a mil or 2 mil. Someone got drained for like 300K of him. I don't know if exactly him, but like running the same method.
Yeah, for
So
anyone listening who isn't as cyber secure aware, just don't be very careful clicking on any links, jumping on any calls that are on platforms that you don't trust or like have to download anything. Yeah, I just got to be super fucking skeptical. It's the same way that crypto is like a really fast ultra simulation of like the real world, like TradFi stuff. That also goes for the security side of things. You have a bunch of both good and unfortunately a lot of bad actors. So you've got to be careful with this kind of stuff.
yeah, and like it's deeper than you think because one of my friends even got drained. I don't know like if he's just capping to save face, but he's got drained on Discord before. So usually I wouldn't even like join Discord calls. Obviously I've spoken to you online and whatnot, so I know you are people vouch for you. You're legit. But like if you're out there and you got money on your PC, be sus of joining Discord calls. Be sus of joining Zoom calls. Play it safe. If you want to join any call, grab your laptop. Don't have Phantom on your laptop. Don't have your wallets on your laptop, and join on your laptop. That's what I usually do if I'm like a little bit sus because
Yeah.
it's not worth losing. I mean, 20K. It's not the end of the day, but like, is it worth it? It's just a stupid mistake, and you gotta always watch your back.
I would also highly recommend be very careful with Chrome extensions because that's especially with the
Yeah,
way that a lot of the meme terminals are processing your keys and stuff. A lot of Chrome extensions can get access to those, and then I would also just highly recommend obviously not putting too much money in hot wallets, and then any other wallets have them linked to either have it physically on a hardware wallet, or what I think is also very good is just linking the signing of transactions to the hardware wallet. So that means that
yeah.
anytime you want to sign a transaction, send something out, you just need to confirm it on the ledger. That way, if someone gets control of your PC or gets into your wallet for any reason, like they still can't transfer anything out without like physical possession of your hardware wallet.
That would have saved me if I had that. But yeah, boys, don't play about your fucking cybersecurity. It ain't no joke. I know some of you's probably making good money or just started making good money online, maybe with crypto. Get a cold wallet. I know so many guys that have made like more than 6 figs, multiple 6 figs, and they got it all in hot wallets. Please, please, for the love of God, get a hot wallet. Use a VPN. Be cybersecurity safe. It's better sooner rather than later.
And maybe some closing advice for the non-scammers, real people who actually want to learn and like get to the position that like you've been able to get through trading. What do you think the best way is for people to learn and succeed and stuff in I guess this current very PvP market that we're in?
Um, Hey man, you might call me a bear, but I would honestly, genuinely not recommend someone to get into trenching right now. I don't think the risk to reward is there. I think as a new person, you're going up against, you're basically 1v1ing me, Clarks, Waddles, Scented, Cupsy, Eurus. Like, you're going up against us on chain, trying to take our money and we're trying to take your money. And I mean, Scented sat here every day, 14 hours a day, popping Adderall. How are you going to beat him? He's done it for the last 2 years and he just made 700K. How are you going to beat him? Go watch the video clip of Cluck's first TXing every single tweet play in the matter of 1 second and printing 60 to 100 SOL of every single one. You're not going to beat him, man. Do I think you should get into crypto as a space? Yes, it's going to be the new wave of finance, hopefully. So I think having some exposure to the crypto space, and then it's like anything. In crypto, first, people got rich off alts. Alt season was huge back in the day. Then there was NFTs. Then there was meme coins. Then there was ICO drops. Then there was meme coins again. And then there was trenches. There's going to be something again. And if you're early, being early to an industry, like we were talking about before with dropshipping with SMA, being early is half the job, more than half the job. You can be shit. If you're the first person to find gold, you're gonna get rich. You're gonna get rich. So being in the space is very important. Being online is very important. But in terms of like, if you're 18 years old and you got like $2,000 in your bank account, I don't think it's worth it for you to put your money in the trenches. It's going to get taken. That's just me being real.
And on the future side at all, or you recommend that, or you know, or at least people for learning?
Yeah, I would recommend getting into day trading. I know the whole of CT hates day trading, thinks it's a scam, but I personally have made good money with it. I know lots of successful traders. The only thing is the timeline is very different to trenches. Back in the day, you could jump in the trenches. Maybe you would lose like 10, 5 grand, but you could become profitable within a month. Very doable. Me, within a month. Some of my friends within a week. Some of my friends instantly. And some of my friends took a little bit longer, like three months. But the fact of the matter is, day trading, you're not going to start making money. It's going to take you minimum a year. And you're an anomaly at 1 year. So maybe it's going to take you 2 to 3 to 4 years. But the magic with day trading is the markets are always going to be there. It's not like the trenches where it comes and goes. It's not like meme coins where like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. There's, first of all, the financial markets are the backbone of so many economies. All these stocks and all these companies that are making billions of dollars a year, like OpenAI and Apple and Anthropic, they all have stock tickers. They can all be traded. All the money that's moving in gold, oil, silver, that can all be traded. So the market is always moving, except on weekends, obviously. And there's always going to be the opportunity for you to print money from essentially the tips of your fingers, right? So if you can find a strategy that you're profitable in, maybe it's going to take you 3 years. But 3 years to never work a day in your life again, in terms of like a normal 9 to 5 job, is a fair trade-off. In terms of learning, YouTube. I learned everything I know of YouTube. I also had an IRL mentor, not like a paid mentorship. I just met him. He was a really, really good trader. And that was just through finding out, you know, God kind of graced me with meeting him. He was very pivotal in my journey as well. And then YouTube. I was watching TGR, I was watching ICT, I was watching Traders Reality. So yeah, but you can find the amount of day trading content on YouTube is retarded. And one more point, people come to me and they're like, I don't know where to start, or I have a bunch of questions about this specific pattern on day trading. And I'm like, bro, why would you ask me when you have ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have tutors at the tip of your fingers, the best tutors, smarter than me, answer better than me, answer better than your favorite mentor, know more than all of us combined, and you're gonna say, I don't know what to do. Bro, go ChatGPT, tell them, give me a 3-month plan of how to start getting into day trading. I don't want to use any money, and tell me step by step what I need to do, what videos I need to watch, and it will give you a whole plan. Maybe it's kind of shit, but you can tweak it, give it a few more prompts, and it will give you a whole plan of what to do. There's no excuse nowadays. No excuse.
Yeah, honestly, very, very well put. Lock in, figure it out. You can just do things. Bro, honestly, this was
You
sick.
can just do things.
You can just do things, yeah. You dropped some source for people. I hope that, you know, this was both entertaining and people, you know, learned something and enjoyed it. Highly recommend go follow Sebastian as well. I'll drop his Twitter down below. And, you know, I'm sure we'll get some other cool guys on soon. Maybe we'll run back a part 2 in the future. And obviously go tune in for his video with Orangey coming out soon.
Yeah, appreciate it. Huge shout out to Nico. Nico's a great guy in space. I know there's a lot of like shitty people in the space. You see a lot of hate online, but I mean, I only see Nico spread positivity. And this interview, I don't know if you guys saw the one with River. That was pretty cool. And hopefully we can get some big players on soon next.
Yeah, it's such a good thing to do in the current bear market, you know what I mean? Because for the people, we were just speaking about how you learn about all this shit, how you know, get better, and it's like, there's so much alpha out there. Like River was saying the same thing, like these, you know, long form interviews with billionaires that have like 5K views or something like that, right? And it's like very much the same with a lot of the traders and like, you know, even some builders and stuff that I got on here, and I'm sure like ones I'll get on in the future. Like there's a lot to learn from all these guys, and at the end of the day, like we're all here in the space to try to win. So, you know, why not talk and exchange ideas with other smart people in the space?
Yeah, Thread Guy and Rasma actually have some really good. I didn't used to watch this shit, but like I've seen more and more clips. Started watching some streams. Like there's some good information from the guests that they have, and like you're trying to do the same thing. So it's pretty cool. It's a good idea.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on, bro. Appreciate it.
It's all good. Appreciate you, Nico.